Hey guys, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I'm going to try and speak fast because I tend to ramble and these videos get too long. Um, a month or a month and a half ago, one of the team members and we didn't really see eye to eye, and he had already planned on leaving as well and transitioning himself out of the project and maybe finding someone new to replace him. And even though this ended up happening more abruptly than was originally planned, in the end, it happened. He left, and we had found someone who could help out temporarily or just even permanently in his stead. However, this person was busy with real life, and so um, all this to say that this big hole there was this big hole in our project, and it needs to be filled before we can move on. And this is really important because the current website is running on some really old code, and even though it's working right now, this the website as it is right now does not handle a lot of people, and it's got some bugs and like slowdowns that makes it where it doesn't scale with a large number of players. It's working now because it's more of a quiet time in the season, but it would not survive a ladder reset. And so that's why we haven't been resetting the ladder, is because the website would not survive it. And once we can figure out the website situation, we can reset the ladder almost immediately, because the summertime is actually a great time as well. Um, so this is also kind of an opportunity to advertise that we are looking for a website programmer. So if that is something you might be interested in, please do message me on Discord. Anyway, so in the short term, we need to find someone for the website, make them set up the new and improved code on a new server so that we can set back up the website the way it was a couple months ago, which was the better version, the more stable version. It just needs to be redeployed and done by someone who's actually capable, because unfortunately website stuff is completely out of my league. I can't do that myself. So as soon as we fill this void in the project, and this person can pretty quickly, I think, set up the new website, we'll be back to where we were before, and we'll be able to announce a reset. And that's why those of you who have been messaging me, when's the reset? Listen, I don't know the date myself, because I cannot set a date until we have the website figured out. So as soon as I have figured it out, I will announce it. I will not be sitting on the date. As soon as I know, I tell you guys. So anyway, so in the short term, we're looking for a website programmer, and it has to be someone who is trustworthy. And that's the biggest thing, is not only do they need to know PHP and like React and Laravel or whatever. I don't know the technicalities of it, but they need to, of course, have the language skills that are specific to our website, but also they need to be trustworthy. And that's something that I was really happy with the last two members that have been involved, is that they had told me a little bit about their life and their and what's going on with their real jobs and their real life. And I got to know the real person behind their username, and so I had come to really trust these people. So that's what makes it difficult. It's not so easy to find some help. Anyway, so the point is, if you're capable of doing website programming and you're interested in helping out, message me about yourself, and I'll have a listen or a read. So that's the situation with the website, and then the reset, where the reset is on pause because the website's on pause. So the reset will probably be happening this summer if we find some help with the website. Okay, and then long-term goals for me. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of personal details, but at this point you have the update, which is that there is no update on the ladder reset date. So just stay tuned, I guess, unfortunately. But now for the long-term stuff, I'm going to start talking about that. So if you want to skip that, that's fine. So my personal situation is that I moved to another country and became a teacher, an English teacher. And just as I didn't know how long I would do this for, but my idea was I'll go there, get some money, and explore another country, and at the same time, um, this opportunity was perfect with POD because I started POD while I was in college, and I kind of wanted to keep that project going, but of course I also wanted to, I was graduating college, so it was time for me to get a career or a job, and so I thought I couldn't juggle both of them. So this opportunity I took because there was a teaching position where they needed foreigners. They needed about like 2.5 teachers really, because there were too many classes for 2 teachers to handle. But if they brought in a third teacher, uh, it didn't give like exactly 40 hours a week. It would be less than that, and so they had trouble kind of filling that position. And I thought that's perfect for me. I'll go there, I'll do this job. I did the math, and I knew I'd have enough. The cost of living versus the salary and stuff like that. So I knew I would be able to have less hours, but still be able to live and sustain myself. Maybe not be able to save much, but at least what that would allow me to do is have a lot of free time to work on Path of Diablo. And so it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up, and I thought maybe I'll do that for a few years. And I've actually been here for like pretty much 3 years now, actually. So anyway, okay, so why am I telling you guys this? Well, one thing changed was that one of the teachers left, and so all of a sudden, after doing like a year of a lot of POD work and a lot of free time for the project, or maybe it was 2 years, I forget. One of the teachers had left, and so all of a sudden we were 2 teachers. Now the classes got reduced a little bit, so it wasn't like 2.5 teachers worth of classes, but it was big weeks. And so that's why I've had in recent months, like in the last 8 or 9 months, I've had a lot less time than I wanted, but at the same time I had no choice, right? Someone needs to teach the classes, and you need some money as well to save up and stuff like that. So I didn't complain at all. I was happy to do the work, but of course it came at the cost of some POD time. Anyway, starting next semester, when the school starts in September, there's going to be a huge cut in the amount of classes because one of the senior classes is getting completely removed. So what that means is now the workload is going to be more like a teacher and a half, which is going to make me have more time for POD again. Not to mention that during the summer vacation, I also don't work, which is a lot of time for POD. So the future is looking good in terms of POD time. Unfortunately, my boss had come to me with the concern of, she said, I don't know if you even have enough classes to make a living. Like, she said, you're going to have a lot of free time on your hands, and, I don't know if we can make this work. And so I told her not to worry and that I would give it a try anyway. And if it doesn't work, I can always go back to my home country. But what I thought was maybe this is an opportunity for me to just start working more on POD again, and then maybe streaming or something, just to kind of make up that missing income. Because obviously the money that's donated to the project goes towards the server costs, and I don't want to touch that money. But if I streamed, then my stream content and any kind of subs or donations on the Twitch stream would go to me. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. Like, it's not decided. I'm just kind of sharing the idea, and ultimately I'm not too sure about it. So I'm kind of at the same time doing this for a feel of what the community thinks. And I also don't know if I'm capable of streaming like not full time, but like a significant amount of time. I'm not sure. I don't even know if it would be sustainable, but one thing's for sure is I'm going to be trying it. I'm going to what I'm saying is I'm going to be trying to stay in this country and work on POD, and hopefully get enough classes, and then try to supplement that income in some way. Maybe YouTube videos, maybe Twitch. I don't know. Who knows? So that's the plan, and that's what's happening. And yeah, that went quite personal, but now you guys know what's going on. And one thing that I'll use this opportunity to say is that first off, the website ladder right now the ladder page is offline, and that's because that page is super laggy on the old site. So until we move back to the new site, the ladder page will be unavailable. Another thing I want to say is that the work that goes into making the patch every ladder reset, it is lengthy, but it's fun, and I can work on it anytime. Like any free time I can work on it, and even from the moment the first patch hits, I can work on the next patch already. So for the people who kept saying just do a ladder reset without a patch, that doesn't work. It's not the patch that's the problem. In the current state, it's the fact that the website could not handle the reset, and if the website is down, trading is down, people can't wiki, people can't download the patches, the game, it's a nightmare. So what we've been doing in the last like almost a year now, maybe 7 months, 8 months, is trying to fix the bottlenecks that are unrelated to the patch and trying to streamline this. And we have streamlined a lot of it, but there are still other things that we want to streamline so that my time is spent on patches and on things that are time consuming in a good way and that are enjoyable for me, without me having to deal with manual stuff that should be automated, or boring and lengthy things that we could streamline or automate or hand over to more team members. So anyway, I just wanted to say those two things while I have everybody's attention, because I don't want to repeat myself over and over and over. Okay, the video managed to get super long, so that was mission failed. I wanted it to be quick, but anyway. Also, thanks to Heximus for the footage. I'm probably showing gameplay footage from him just to make the video less boring, so shout out to him. So there you go, there's the update. Stop bothering me. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, it's not amazing news, but at the same time there's hope at the end of the tunnel. So alright, thanks for listening.